The entire NFL has us twisted right now. They're making a huge mistake, and that mistake is overlooking this Dallas Cowboys team. They think we fell off. They think we're done. They think we've turned into a bottom feeder franchise like the Panthers or something. But they're dead wrong, and deep down, they're going to realize it real soon. What people don't understand is that the Cowboys have one of the most dangerous weapons any team can have going into a new season, and that's the advantage of the unknown. Right now, this squad is a complete mystery to the rest of the league. The media doesn't know what to expect. The fans outside of Dallas don't know what to expect. Even some so-called experts are scratching their heads trying to figure out what this team's identity is. And that's exactly why the Cowboys are going to catch everybody off guard. Think about this. Despite everything that went wrong last season, injuries, inconsistent coaching, and front office drama, this team still has the bones of a playoff caliber roster. People forget that this team made the playoffs 3 straight seasons. People forget we went 12-5 3 years in a row before things got messy. And now, all of a sudden, we're being treated like a rebuilding squad? Nah, man, this is still that same core group. The same talented roster, the same dogs in the trenches. Only now, they're pissed off, focused, and more dangerous because nobody sees them coming. It's wild how quick people turned one bad season, and now it's like we're supposed to just fade into irrelevance. But what they don't realize is that this offseason wasn't random. It wasn't desperate, it was strategic, it was intentional. Every move made by the front office, every coaching adjustment, they all point to a team that's gearing up for a different kind of run. But unless you've been locked in, paying attention to every single move and understanding the why behind each decision, it's easy to miss the bigger picture. And that's where we as Cowboys fans have the edge. We see what they're building. We've been watching, we know what's coming. But for the rest of the NFL, they're going to find out the hard way. By the time week 6 or 7 hits, they'll be scrambling, trying to explain how they missed this wave. And you know what? That's fine. Let them sleep. Let them count us out. So tell me, do you think the Cowboys are being overlooked this season? Drop a yes or no in the comments right now, and while you're at it, hit that like button if you're tired of seeing this team disrespected. We're pushing hard for 15,000 subscribers, and we can't do it without real Cowboys fans like you. So go ahead, smash that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss a single step of this comeback. Because trust me, this ain't the Cowboys team they think it is. Let's talk about this defense, because I'm hearing way too many people, analysts, fans, even former coaches say they don't know what this Cowboys defense is about. Man, if you've been paying attention at all this offseason, the identity is crystal clear. But I get it, if you're not tapped in, it might look confusing from the outside. That's exactly why they're going to get punched in the mouth. Jon Gruden, a Super Bowl winning coach, flat out said he doesn't think this defense has an identity. He basically said, outside of Micah Parsons, he doesn't know what the Cowboys are bringing. He mentioned DeMarcus Lawrence being gone. He brought up Overshown being hurt, and then he shrugged. But here's the thing, Gruden's just not watching close enough. Because if you are, it's obvious. The identity is right there, aggressive, physical, relentless. Let's start with Micah Parsons. This guy has had 12 or more sacks in every single season he's played in the NFL. He's not just an edge rusher, he's a weapon. A disruptor, a guy you game plan around every single week. And he's not doing it alone. Osa Odigizua is coming into this season in the best shape of his career. This dude is a 3-tech monster who knows how to get upfield and cause chaos. Now, let's talk additions. The Cowboys brought in Donovan as Rockwell College edge rusher who had 16 sacks last season. That's not nothing, that's not a gamble. That's adding firepower to a defensive line that's already nasty. You've got Danny Fowler, another guy with double-digit sack potential. Sam Williams is still in the mix. Marshawn Kneeland is another promising body. And with this group, that D-line alone tells you the truth about this defense. We're coming after quarterbacks. But it's not just about pressure, it's about balance. Matt Eberflus wants this defense to be aggressive, yeah, but he's also putting a heavy emphasis on stopping the run. That's how you set the tone, that's how you earn the right to rush the passer. It all starts with stopping the run, and that's what they've built this unit to do. Think about it. They're putting corners on an island, playing man coverage out wide. They've got two safeties deep to keep things locked up over the top. And that front is built to punish. We're talking about a Smashmouth football team. A defense that's not waiting for you to make mistakes, they're forcing you into them. And I love the kind of players they brought in. Leaders, guys who love the game. Guys who don't need to be babysat. They're bringing in big-bodied players, not those hybrid tweener types. That tells you everything. They're building a defense that's not just fast, it's physical. They're not just trying to contain, they're trying to dominate. So if anyone out there is still asking, what is the Cowboys' defensive identity? Man, you're already behind because it's right there in the film. It's right there in the personnel. This is going to be one of the toughest, meanest, most aggressive defenses in the league. Mark my words. Let me ask you something. Do you believe the Cowboys' defense can be top 5 in the NFL this season? Drop a comment and let me know what you think, and if you're riding with this new defensive identity, hit that bell icon and join the movement, because this team is about to surprise a whole lot of people and this defense is going to be at the center of it. Now, let's talk about the one area where critics are really getting it wrong, the offensive line. Man, these so-called experts have the Cowboys ranked as the 24th best offensive line going into the season. 24th, behind teams like the Washington Commanders. That's disrespectful on so many levels, it's almost laughable. And it shows exactly how little people are paying attention to what's actually happening in Dallas right now. First off, this offensive line has an all-pro already in the building. We're not out here working with scrubs. But more importantly, this year finally we have a real offensive line coach. Someone who actually teaches, actually develops, and actually understands what it takes to build a cohesive unit up front. That alone is a massive upgrade from what we had before. Think back to last year. Cooper Beebe, our rookie center, was thrown into the fire. And according to reports, he was basically out there figuring things out on his own. No guidance, no veteran mentoring, no real coaching, and despite all that, the kid held his own. He wasn't perfect, but you could see the foundation. You could see the potential. Now, with a true O-line coach in place, Beebe is going to get the direction he needs to take that next step and become a legit anchor in the middle, and he's not the only one getting better. Tyron Smith, our future Hall of Famer, is stepping into a new role this offseason. He's not just protecting the blind side anymore, he's mentoring. He's coaching up the young guys like Tyler Guyton and Tyler Smith, and he's doing it hands-on, every single day. He even said it himself, he wants these guys to be better than he ever was. That's leadership, that's legacy, and that's exactly the kind of culture shift that transforms a good line into a great one. Tyler Smith, by the way, is already showing he has everything you want: raw power, natural strength, and now a growing understanding of how to control the tempo with technique instead of just muscle. That's the evolution you want to see from a young star. That's what makes the difference in a long NFL career. You've got a blend of proven veterans and ascending young talent, and now you finally have the coaching infrastructure to pull it all together. So know this: offensive line is not going to be a bottom-tier unit. Far from it. This group is primed to surprise a lot of people, and that's why it's so important to ignore the noise and trust what you see. So let me ask you, who do you think is the most important player on this Cowboys offensive line in 2024? Is it Beebe, Tyron, Tyler Smith? Drop a name down in the comments. I want to see what the real fans are thinking. And if you're fired up about this offensive line proving everybody wrong this season, Don't forget to like the video and hit that subscribe button. We're charging toward 15,000 subscribers, and your support is what keeps this community strong. Now, let's switch gears and talk about something just as important as talent culture. The Dallas Cowboys aren't just changing players or schemes. They're changing the attitude and energy in that locker room, and that's huge. Because no matter how talented you are, if the mindset isn't right, you won't get the job done. This offseason, the Cowboys have stacked the roster with guys who bring passion and leadership. These aren't just players. These are self-starters who want to win, who demand accountability, and who are ready to put in the work day in and day out. They're larger-bodied players, too, not some hybrid, flashy types who might look good on paper, but don't bring the physicality that wins tough games. The coaching staff is finally coming together in a way that feels cohesive and modern. Brian Schottenheimer stepping in as head coach is already making waves. Tyron Smith talked about how Shotty brings energy and joy back to the game-making practice and preparation, something the guys look forward to. That kind of vibe is infectious and it rubs off on the players. This team has needed that spark for a while. After last season's chaos and disorganization, it was clear something had to change. Now, the Cowboys are focused on building a culture of toughness and resilience. They're emphasizing smash-mouth football on both sides of the ball, and with that, they've created a locker room full of leaders who will hold each other accountable when things get tough. It's this culture, this mindset, that often separates the good teams from the great ones. Because talent alone doesn't win championships, it's the chemistry, it's the heart. And this Dallas Cowboys team is finally catching fire. So what do you think? What's been the biggest change you've noticed in the team's attitude this offseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you feel the new energy around this squad, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed too. We're building something special here on Cowboys News TV, and you don't want to miss a minute of this journey. Now here's the truth nobody else is saying loud enough. Everyone is setting the bar way too low for the Dallas Cowboys this year. The general public expects us to miss the playoffs or struggle to even hit a winning record. They're banking on us being mediocre, but that's the best part of this whole story, because when you're underestimated, that's when you hit hardest. The expectations are so low that just making the playoffs would be a win, but as Cowboys fans, we want more than that. We want a deep playoff run, and we want to silence every single doubter. We want to remind the league that this team isn't just back, it's back to dominate. And guess what? By the time December rolls around, Cowboys fans will be parading all over those egos who talk trash early in the season. They'll have to eat their words, because this team is ready to prove them wrong on every level. Remember, this isn't just a rebuild, this is a recalibration. A team with hungry leaders, proven talent, and new energy. A team with upgraded coaching and a clear identity both offensively and defensively. And you better believe the league isn't ready for what's coming. So let me ask you, what's your win prediction for this Cowboys team in 2024? Drop your number in the comments, and if you're ready to take a victory lap with us when we shock the world, hit that like button right now. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to Cowboys News TV. We're so close to hitting 15,000 subscribers, and every single one helps us bring you the best Cowboys coverage all season long. Let's ride this wave together, man. The Cowboys are about to catch everyone off guard, and you'll want to say you were here when it happened.